Hello, xin chào, this is Vanessa here again, and in this short video I'm gonna share with you why keeping the culture is so important for the Vietnamese woman and how they keep it up even though that they don't live in Vietnam.
But first, how would you like an ongoing supply of free reports, helpful resources and unique cultural insights for meeting, dating and marrying a Vietnamese woman? Too easy. Just take a quick moment to subscribe and click the bell icon, and you'll never miss out again.
As usual, before I get started into the details of my video, there's a couple things I would like to remind and share with you, which is first of all, Alex and I and our team, we with our best intention have been creating this channel for those of you, so we are giving you the most helpful, practical and useful information related to long-term relationship and marriage with a Vietnamese woman, with the hope that you can learn, adapt and have a deeper understanding if you are thinking about getting married or having a long-term relationship with a Vietnamese woman. And of course there are certain things or certain topics that we may have not shared with you yet, or maybe you have a different perspectives or different experiences or different point of views regarding the topics that we are sharing in this channel. We understand that we are human beings, so we, of course, you have your own opinion about it or your own experience or your own thoughts about certain things, but and we would love to hear from you and from your perspective as well. But please, if you do, just be respectful. Just do it respectfully. Second thing that I have been sharing with you on each of my videos, which is that you are probably in your 30s or 40s or even 50s and 60s. So you've been through a lot of things in life, which is a lot of ups and downs, and you I also strongly believe that you already been through some unhappy or some unresolved past relationships already. But if you claim that you are ready for making one of the most important decisions in your life again, or this is going to be your first one, then of course I want you to leave all the negative emotions and baggages behind and start fresh. So so that will be fair for the lady that you are marrying to, or you are settling down with. Okay. And last but not least, I highly recommend that you are healthy and physically and mentally balanced to step into the new commitment. Okay. And for that, make sure that you treat her with respect and as an equal. Okay. So let me go ahead and get started into the details of the topic that I want to share with you today, that why Vietnamese women, especially for those in their 30s and 40s and older, they really treasure their cultures, their customs. The first reason is because we have over thousands years of history already, so that's why we have so much of cultures and customs that we want to that already become a root in our life when we were grown up. So no matter where we at, no matter where we are living, or we still want to honor that, we still want to practice that, because it seems like it's in our blood already, right? And secondly, I have to say, because our parents, generation from generation, they have been doing their best to teach us, to let us acknowledge how important and how precious those cultures and those customs from our ancestors passing down. So just to give you one example here, that I myself you know, honestly, even though I live in this country for in the U.S. for almost 30 years, but you know, and most of the time I would prefer to live in the small towns where I don't. There aren't as many Vietnamese people or as many Vietnamese restaurants or shops. But you know, I recalled at the time, at least 2 or 3 times a year, I still I still take time off and flying out to visit my friends or my relatives or my families that were living in the cities, in those cities that have many more Vietnamese people or a bigger Vietnamese community. And all we love to do is just, you know, just to go get some Vietnamese food and, you know, just meet some Vietnamese people randomly, even Vietnamese people that we didn't know, and we just say hi and we just hear the voice and all that, and we feel happy. We felt so happy. And I also recall that when I was living in Michigan, when I first moved to the U.S., at the time we didn't have a Vietnamese community. We just have very few Vietnamese people in the town, and all we did is like either we had to cross the border to Canada to get some Asian food and go and get some grocery, especially fish sauce, you know, a fish sauce, and or we would took a trip, a one-day trip, go to Chicago, Illinois, and with the whole family, and we would leave at 3 a.m. or 4 a.m. Get there, we went to get breakfast, and then we gonna get some grocery, and we went for a walk around, you know, and eat all the Vietnamese food and see Vietnamese people, see some of the activities, and get some grocery, and then heading home around 2 or 3 p.m. On that day. So, and no matter where we are or how small the Vietnamese community at our location, our local area at, we still for the Vietnamese New Year, the Lunar New Year, or any like big holidays or any important Vietnamese ceremonies, we would do our best to show up at the temple, at church, to celebrate that. I recall we were living in Michigan on our Lunar New Year's Eve, despite the fact that we have inches, or maybe sometime there were times that it was even a foot tall of snowing, and it took us like 1.5 hours at least to drive to the temple one way, right? And we try to get there at midnight to celebrate it. We still did it, and as you can see that on each of my video, I have done my best to wear áo dài. It's a Vietnamese traditional dress. Even though you cannot see the whole dress, but I still want to honor that, want to keep that, because that is the signatures of saying that we are Vietnamese. I'm American citizen, but I'm still Vietnamese American. I'm proud to be a Vietnamese, call myself a Vietnamese American. And another example I want to share with you is that I have a great friend. She's just like my big sister, my older sister. She is really high educated, dual degree, bachelor degrees, and she worked for a really big one of the top 100 biggest companies in the US. Her first husband was a Vietnamese, and then she married with her current husband now, who is American, and he is really highly educated as well, and he is having a really high position in a big corporate as well, US corporate as well, and he doesn't eat Vietnamese food. Like he only eat egg roll. So even though she has such, they both have a high income, They have a really amazing, I have to say, amazing happy marriage for over 10 years now. And she lived 4.5 hours away from one of the big Vietnamese community, but she still almost every 4 to 6 weeks max, she would leave her husband and her kids at home and say, I need to go to the city just to eat Vietnamese food and to meet up with my Vietnamese friends. And so she would go for 2 days, and she would call me up, and some of our friends who know each other, we known each other for like 40 years, we'll meet up for some food, and then we would sit there for hours and hours, like until the restaurant close and ask us to leave. Then we will hop into a coffee shop or a boba tea, Vietnamese boba teas, and we would sit there and start talking about the old times, our children memories, like priceless memories. And we also share about our families, cultures and kids and all of that. And we would sit there and talk until like 2-3 a.m. in the morning. Then we meet up again around 10-11 again for lunch, and we doing that for like 2 days straight, non-stop. But we didn't feel that we tired or we are boring at all. We were so happy and so glad that we got a chance to meet up every once in a while like that. And to her, she would come and eat as much food as she wants, and then meet up with all of us, and then she would leave and drive another 4 to 5 hours at home. We also have like Vietnamese class in temples, in local churches, that we encourage our kids, our kids to come in for free Vietnamese classes, and teaching them cooking, praying and all of that. And we also, like my friends and a lot of my friends and I, we also encourage, young kids and teenagers, children, our teenager children and young kids to volunteer into like mission trips and all that, to go back to Vietnam or give back to the Vietnamese community as well. So those are the things that we've been doing to keep our cultures and our language no matter where we are. So I think that is something that is really special regarding to our culture, and I want to share with you today in this video. So if you already have decided to have a long-term relationship or getting married with a Vietnamese woman, then I would love for you to know this this information, so you can best support her or encourage her to keep up her culture and find a way for her to reach out or to be able to participate in the community, or in a way that she can keep up with her culture outside of Vietnam. So okay, so I'm just gonna wrap up my video here at this point. And once again, with my sharing today, I hope and I wish that you would encourage her, support your Vietnamese lady to keep and practice the valuable custom and cultures that really meaningful for her, and then pass out to your kids, your children, together like that. That's how we are really family oriented, and that's how we treated our elders, our parents, grandparents, really respectfully. Once again, that's all I want to share with you today, and thanks for your time, thanks for watching, and again, thanks so much for your comment, your feedback, and please feel free to share with us your personal experiences regarding the topics, okay? And we love to hear from you. And last but not least, don't forget to subscribe to our channel so you won't miss out on any of our upcoming videos. And once again, this is Vanessa. Thanks so much again. I definitely see you on my next video. Xin chào tạm biệt, hẹn gặp lại. Bye bye.